This is regarding, should I say, this week's post. I'm not mistaken, 16th being on Monday. Today is Tuesday, being 17th of February. As you can see here, analysis hit SL, a massive loss, both the one that started running last week from the break of structure till yesterday's on. If you remember, I said this in my chat, I don't really like trading on Mondays due to uncertain things. You feel me? It's the first day of the week, so market tends to do a lot of shit I don't really like. And this setup was really looking nice due to the fact that it was actually into a previous week trade, and that's why I actually took it. But with all things being equal, I was meant to sit on the sideline and observe. And as I said that last week, I was like, it's trading into this fair value gap, yes, but then again, this also shows as a break of structure and a trade into it. And that's why I was like, let's see what price does. And I haven't really been active since. Even today, sef, I haven't been active. I don't think I'll be active at all for the rest of the week. So probably next time I'll be journaling, except from today will be the weekend, to see what market did, to see what price did during the week, and what we should be expecting entering the new week. Yeah. So this is it here. Basically, market used this as a resist. Rather, market did not resist to this, as you can see here. Let me delete this stuff so we can see clearly. It said I wicked up, created a body into this fair value gap, did the same thing here, touched, and if you observe, after the body was formed here, it went up back. Normally, if it has gone up again, created a break of structure here, it would have been nice. We would have been like, okay, good and fine. It is actually wanting to test, wanting to resist from this price range. But see what it did here, it moved in and it was trying to move out. It fell down back twice actually. Let me zoom it in. See there, it fell down twice, just created weak above. If I was to be online, which I told you I haven't been active, I'm just coming online now, and that's how I'm doing this video and all. We would have used this to observe that actually prices is actually being a sketchy environment and all. And as you can see here, after I go down, this same location here, sorry, this same location here to the same thing, went below this, and the same thing, weeks, nobody was formed above. This was already a second indication that from the look of things, price is looking for lower, market is looking for lower prices. And if you look at the euro USD, the euro USD on this GU, that is on GBP USD now, it doesn't have any relative equal lows if you observe, except from this, which isn't even all that relative self, because the price gap is different. This is 905, and this here is 87866. So the price gap is actually a lot, you feel me? But if you look into euro USD, if I'm not mistaken, that is with the relative equal lows. I don't know if you remember when I showed you a chart, a trade I was into, that is as of Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken, last week Wednesday. And as you can see here, it hit a sell. I was suspecting this due to this fact that euro USD was actually showing a relative equal lows, but because of what I was seeing on GBP, on this thing DXY chart, DXY was showing that market has swept the low already, and or rather sorry, the high, and it was seeking lower prices, meaning that market here would have swept low and it was seeking higher prices. But then again, it didn't. Look at what it had here. This was the relative equal lows. You feel me? The low itself did not even sweep, but in DXY the thing swept it, and started moving down because DXY is opposite of Euro USD and GBP USD. If you know, that was why, as I was saying this Euro, I mentioned it also in the previous that Euro USD, the chart is not looking clean as much as GBP, and that's why I took the trade on Euro USD instead. You get, so this stuff here was just basically it. This all this stuff was what made me avoid Euro USD because of all this noise here, all this movement. I didn't really like it. uh, and if you look here, it must have swept on DXY. It didn't sweep here because this is slightly higher than this. Yeah. um I don't know why I can see the low the price low. I'm not sure. Let me shift this. Okay, so I see it here. Sorry about that. Yeah, the low of this candle is 1.18475 and the low of this is 1.18470. So it's just relative equal lows. But in DXY, it swept this low, now swept this initial low. That is, sorry, in DXY is the opposite. So anytime I'm just saying, you're just in DXY, you do the reverse. You get, it swept it clean before coming down. Here it was equal, and on GBP USD it was also the same thing. See it here on GBP USD. Where is that? Where is that? Where is that? Where is that? I think it should be around here. Yes, it didn't sweep at all. I think this range here didn't sweep at all. You can see that it was making higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. You get, so that's why I decided to enter here instead, expecting it to move up and upwards. But as you can see, like I said before, markets will price will always do what price wants to do. All we can do is to try and align ourselves with the price action that is at hand. And basically where price is trying to attack right now is, it has attacked this fair value gap before. That is from here to here now. That is what is here. So if you ask me, I'm thinking it's going to close in the fair value gap fully. And if you observe here, this is this candlestick now. I don't know, I don't value this as a candlestick, so I can't use this to actually create to make up a fair value gap because this is just weak. The same place that I opened is the same place that I closed, and it's just the week that is showing through. If you ask me, I'll just call this a void. I'll just call this a void, and we'll use the next candle to work on the fair value gap here. And if you ask me, I feel it's going to be coming down into this range here. I think I should locate that here. This is for British pounds though. Normally I trade on EU or British pounds, just depending on which one is cleaner, but mainly on EU. To avoid noises, we'll be deleting all of this, or I should leave them. Let me leave them during the weekend. I'll clear them during the weekend when we're trying to do another hour. Or let me take out the others. I'll take out the others. In the weekend we'll now look at what happened. Then for EU, sorry in case you heard any noise in the background, it's my fault. I had an important call to pick. So yeah, in this, again, as you can see here, we hit SL. So some days are like that. Some days we win, some days we lose. In it. Uh, for disclaimer, this is actually a paper trading account, please. And this is my journal. Also, I don't know. I'm talking like I'm talking to a million people. This is my journal. Basically, what I'm just trying to do with this account, or what I'm posting here is just so I can have a visual representation of my journal, or that paper I write on paper now. As I'm journaling on paper, I can't seem to be able to get a printer or afford one at the moment to be printing out the charts and be sticking it to my paper. So what I just do now is I write down every conditions I used to enter or to take a trade. Then I'll come here and just talk about it basically. So that way I can just go to my chart, go to my journal, that is the physical copy, the hard copy. Well, okay, I can see this. I'm not really understanding the image of what I'm trying to read here to understand what went wrong, or I'll be like, I've seen this scenario before. I can always go to my journal and look for something like that happened. Then, if I need a visual representation for proper understanding, I'll just come to this my YouTube channel, use my journal to track the dates. That's why I'm going to be using dates to name each video, so I can be able to track it down whenever it's necessary. If you so that's just it basically. Mm, yeah. Okay, yeah. This is the fair value gap. This is still 50. This is a 4 hours fair value gap. Okay, and in the 4 hours fair value gap, you can see this is an OB, another block. So, why don't I not label the body of that fair value of that other block? It might come in handy later on. Who knows? All we do is to observe. This is it here. Let me label it body of 4 hours fair value gap. Voila, that's it there. Then this one is 4 hours fair value gap. As you can see. Okay, so I didn't write this well. It's not 4 hours fair value gap, sorry, mistake. Of other block. Uh-huh. Or then again, as you can see, this is relative equal lows. See the close. See the low, sorry. The low is 853, 856. The low of the second one too, 856. So that is something to look out for as well. You get all these things are just while you're looking at the highs, be looking at the lows as well. You observe the market and know what's going on. We'll step down to a 1 hour chart. You can see how clear this see how large the fair value gap is now on an hourly chart. You can see the body here of the 4 hours for that block here. See the body is inside a 1 hour fair value gap, and see it here. You can see that here. Looking sexy, innit? I think I'll drop an alert on the mid range here and see what price does when getting to this place. In the meantime, there are certain things we need to delete from our chart. You know, simplicity is key. That's basically what I'm into right now. Let's see how this goes. So chill. We'll step down to 15 minutes now. You can see 15 minutes here. This is the first value gap, the body, and this is what it looks like on a 15 minutes chart. Looks like something that can actually be significant, because if you see, look at this properly here. Let me Let me use this. Let me use this instead. This is actually looking like a consolidation. In a way, it does look like a consolidation. Mm. And as you can see, consolidation after market consolidates, it breaks out, trades into a fair value gap. Yeah, there was also one. It's very slight on here as well. It didn't reach it. It didn't reach all these ones. It just stopped here and was moving upwards gradually and gradually and gradually. But that's not the main thing. And the main thing is that we should observe that region in total because it consolidated here for a reason. Let's see what market does when it reaches these key levels. Yeah, well, I wouldn't be on the screen this period. What is time, sir? Um, this is 10:30 New York time. We're in the silver bullet mark, and see what it does with the daily void. The one void. This is actually a good entry because, as you can see, it broke down, came back to retest 1, 2, 3, and each time it came back up, bodies were not formed inside. I don't know if you are seeing it clearly, but look at it properly. Bodies were not formed inside. See the rejection. This didn't even touch. You already rejected. This is just a sign that omo, and see now this is an ubi. That block. This is just a sign that omo, guy. The market just one flown, so it's come on this level. You feel me? It's just I've already hit SL, and I'm not planning to trade again this period because all the shit. If you had at least stayed in your lane or stayed here, this should be your entry here. As I said before, 1:4 is always my peak movement. 1:4, you can even attack this fair value gap, the touch of the first fair value gap, and that will be it. 4 pip stop loss. As if you are using this low, 4 pip stop loss. Sit here and the 20 pips to 21 pips take profit, and in less than 5, this is 15 minutes, 30, this 1 hour max was activated by 9:30 and now it's about 10:30. So 1 hour, in 1 hour time you go to your 1:4. This never 1:4, so this is 1:5, almost 1:6. You got to your trade already, like your smooth trade or smooth setup. And then again, that's just that. You feel me? That's just, I think I'll screenshot this. Let me screenshot that and keep. It's actually very nice stuff. You feel me? I do enter trades like that at times. That's if I'm monitoring the market while it is forming or while I'm available. If not, if I'm not in the market at that moment, I just use fair value gap. If I'm leaving limits, I use fair value gap. If not, if I'm on the chart, I can place the limit there and wait for it to activate and all. But if I'm not on the chart, maybe I would have set my limits like probably around here or here because of the breakup structure and the fair value gap that is available and all that kind of shit. You feel me? But if you're on the chart, monitoring how the chart is going, this is what you'll be aiming for. Like what price does as it leaves this zone. You feel me? As you can see, this is even a fake out. Went up, touched this 4 hours fair value gap, never came back. Touched here, touched, went, and now boom. You see, this has already been retested already. This has been tested already. So yeah, that's just it. Let me look for my screenshots. Okay, yeah, I've seen the screenshots. Download the image. I've taken my screenshot already. I'll be saving this for my video. Sorry about that. I meant to see that. So yeah, that's it. Yeah. So till we meet again, that's your weekend analysis weekend. Analysis Saturday stroke Sunday. Till then, peace.